So we all know the obvious signs of cheating. Nice little angle for myself there now, Gary. Obviously, we all know that that is wrong and that is blatant cheating. But say, for example, myself and Gary have been coming out here twice a week for the last 3 months, having a bit of fun, but getting better and better over the 3 months, haven't submitted a score. What's your opinion on that?
Well, Nathan, I'd say that if you've been doing that and actually deliberately avoiding scenarios where you are posting scores in order to have a handicap at a certain level for a big competition that might be coming up in the future, that is cheating in our view. You're basically avoiding your handicap evolving to the level of your ability, and for that purpose, that would be considered cheating in our view.
So coming out for a fun round, not submitting a score, just fine, throwing down a couple of balls. But if you're over several months hoping to get better without submitting a score, really for your own integrity and the integrity of the competition, it's not on.
Yeah, for the integrity of the system and fairness for the players. If you're using the handicap system to deliberately manipulate your handicap, that is either upwards or downwards, that's cheating. And sitting in a bar creating a scorecard is also cheating.
It is one of the more blatant forms of cheating, but I could sit here having a cup of tea and enter a scorecard for good or for bad and change my handicap. What can be done to prevent that happening?
First of all, there are safeguards within the system. Players can only create a scorecard at the location that they are playing at. And there are limits on score submission, so it's 2 hours for 18 holes and 1 hour for 9 holes. But if you were to do that, the Handicap Committee has access to reports on our handicapping platform where they can look into your digital footprints. They can see when players created a scorecard, when they submitted the scorecard, and if they feel that the time spent on the round itself is not kind of commensurate with the time that it's needed to play the course, they can investigate the matter.
There are obviously then systems in place as much as possible to try and prevent this happening, but ultimately a lot of this just comes down to people's personal integrity.
Well, Nathan, it's as simple as this. If you play golf with somebody and you catch them kicking their ball in the rough when they think nobody is looking, your first instinct will probably not be that the rules of golf need to change or that we need to tweak the system or whatever. It'll be to call out that behaviour. And I think we can talk about and are obviously talking about the safeguards that are there, and we continue to kind of work on those as we go forward. But the first thing that we all need to do, whether it's Golf Ireland, whether it's golf club committees, whether it's golfers themselves, we need to call out that behaviour. There's so many words for it: sandbagging, pulling up, being a bandit, whatever you want to call it. But what it is cheating. And if we call it out as that, and if we all make a concerted effort to do that, then that's really the first step in terms of trying to tackle that behaviour.